Hey guys, it's Fofo Tsukiyomi, and this video should be uploaded on the day of episode Nagi's premiere date. So congratulations to Nagi, and in honor of that, we're going to be doing the Lazy Prodigy of the NEL's worst to best clubs in the NEL. So let's get to its worst. And 5th place for Nagi Seishiro in the NEL is Manshine City. This just did not work out for him. And since Isagi was his first match, there was no chance in hell he was going to have any other good games. He was only going to have one good game and be done with it. And we basically saw the boat of him and Rail just sinking down because Nagi dragged Rail down because Nagi couldn't beat Isagi himself. And Nagi has a problem that I've talked about in many videos that I'm not going to talk about today. And let's just move on to the other teams. 4th place is Ubers. Now this is a shocker because Ubers would perfectly figure out how Nagi can work in their system and like tell Nagi what to do, and Nagi is usually the person who just does what he's told to do, as Rail always commands him on what to do. As yeah, this would work, but against Metavision users like Isagi, he would become boring. And since Bao's on that team, Bao would be the one doing the hard carrying, and Nagi wouldn't even be able to flourish as the team would be built around Bao and not Nagi. And this would not be the best way for Nagi to go, as Nagi's more of a creative person than a robot. He works best under the most creative circumstances. And if the team is focused to support Bao, Nagi will not be able to figure out how to be creative, as shown in episode Nagi when Bao, Chiguri, and Nagi were working together. Nagi was not able to do anything in that circumstance, and I feel like it would be the same here. 3rd place would be PXG, and this would be way better than Ubers because of one man, and his name is Charles Chevalier. Charles would definitely find Nagi's trapping skills impressive, and that would lead to Charles taking liking to Nagi. The only problem is Charles will also take a liking to Shido, and before the final match against Bastard Munchen, Charles was assisting Rin too because Rin had a lot of game time, especially with the hat-trick against Manshine. And when the 15-minute system was between Rin and Shido, Charles had to serve Rin. So depending on the situations, I could see Nagi not going to be able to get the ball most of the time, and he would have limited game time thanks to the Rin and Shido rule. I doubt he would get as limited game time as someone like Karasu and the rest, but like yeah, I do not know how well he would link up with Shido. I think he would be able to, but I feel I'm having a hard time seeing who Charles would choose between the two of them, because actually I think they would just put Nagi with Rin, and that would make Rin have to work really hard, because right now Rin is going to have to work really hard to bring PXG to his feet again, because right now Charles and Shido are carrying PXG and Rin has not been able to shine because Charles is ignoring him. Now there's problems, game time, and the fact that there's other strikers on this team. But the plus side is that they face Bastard Munchen last, so Nagi would have the ability to perform well in all the games. Now 2nd place is Bastard Munchen. This team is Isagi's team, and since Nagi cannot beat him because he's on the same team as Isagi, and Isagi believes in Nagi and knows how to help Nagi, not mentally, but like Isagi always pushes Nagi's to new limits. He always pushes his boys to new limits. Look at Corona. Bro was fighting for his life when Isagi unlocked Metavision, but Bro was carrying him to the kingdom. Bro carried Hiyori to the kingdom too. Bro saved his soccer career. So yeah, I feel like Isagi would find a way to save Nagi, as he even made Kunigami a system in the past 2 chapters. And with that, Nagi would have his best winning team because Bastard Munchen would win all their games with Nagi on fire. And I feel like this would be the most motivated Nagi on the best team possible. And if you're worrying about how Charles was the one assisting him in PXG, he already could easily fulfill that role. But I do not feel like Nagi personally would flourish. I feel like he would be at his best in terms of performing and being utilized. But in terms of his self-performance, because he's an individualistic type as shown, this would not be his best club, as the best club for individualistic types is a club full of originality and not rationality, because Nagi's not a rational person, which is number 1 FC Barcha. Without a doubt, anyone could know that this is the perfect place for Nagi. If you want to be original, here's the place. And Nagi is completely original. People say he has no creativity. That's not the problem. He gets creative as soon as he gets the pass. Depending on the pass, that's his creative style. If he gets a super good pass, he will get creative on that. Even if he gets a super crap pass from Isagi, he would still do like a back heel trap like he did against Barrow and even Chigiri. So Nagi can get very creative. The problem is his creativity is limited to the passes he can get. And if he doesn't get a pass, he's doomed. Similar to Isagi. If Isagi cannot get a pass, he's kind of doomed. Although he is very good at like playmaking, unlike Nagi, so Isagi has that going for him. But with FC Barcha there, I'm pretty sure Lavino would get very interested in him and give him ideas. He wouldn't tell Nagi what to do. He would just like give him like a few hints, like how he did with Bachua to make him mature his dribbling. So I feel like we would get a very mature trapping Nagi. And since FC Barcha is very fluid with their creativity, and Bachua is like a creative monster, I feel like Bachua's passes would just give Nagi new ideas and he would just flourish as a striker himself. And with the fact that there isn't a lot of competitions for the striker, I feel like Nagi could flourish here. And without Rail, yeah, I feel like Nagi would have fun here because it's just originality, creativity, and being awesome. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. This was probably my longest NEL talk video, but who should I do next? I'm planning on doing Itoshi Save. I don't get any comments, but let me know in the comment section if you guys want anyone else. Peace out.
Hey guys, it's Fofo Tsukiyomi, and today we're going to be talking about what if Real Mikage went to every NEL club, which one would he be doing best from worst to best? Anyway, I have a few announcements. I have a new YouTube PFP banner and making more stuff in the future and a 500 sub special collab coming soon. So let's get on to it. 5th place is going to be Manshine City because it's Nagi's fault that Rail's doing so bad in the NEL, and I feel like even with all that strength training and all those physical trainings he got from Chris Prince and all that, it won't help him right now because he needs to get rid of Nagi. If he can get rid of him, I'll make an updated video on the true rankings based on how he would do. 4th place is going to be Bastard Munchen. Bastard Munchen has a better approach to for Rail because he has to deal with Isagi, and Isagi with his Metavision can make Rail learn about Metavision way faster. And since Rail's a good copycat, he could try to copy Isagi's movements and really make it into his own. And there's a lot of relevant characters in this team that he can steal like movesets from. But other clubs have way more for Rail to do and way more for Rail to steal. And PXG, there is way more, how do I say this, unique talents to steal compared to Bastard Munchen, because compared to like the top 4 players like Yukimiya, Raichi, Isagi, not even Raichi, Ness, sorry, Isagi and Kaiser, there's literally nothing you can steal, and you can't even steal Kaiser Impact. So 3rd place would be here because first of all, Noah's a trash coach, and second of all, Loki does give instructions on how to improve, not as much as he would want for Charles. But if Rail starts outperforming Charles because of all his copycat abilities and all the skills he can steal from Rin, Karasu, Tokimitsu, yeah, it's going to be a problem for Charles as Loki will start taking interest in Rail. Not that he would disabandon Charles. He would use Rail as like a needle mover for Charles to make sure Charles actually improves. So he would probably be putting these two in a challenge against each other for Rail to help Charles grow more. So that would mean that Rail would have more game time. So the game time wouldn't be an issue because Loki would want to see Rail always improving Charles' capabilities since Charles is playing 90 minutes. Not 90 minutes, but the whole time. So yeah, I do believe because of Rail outperforming Charles, Loki will take interest into that and make Rail like Charles' biggest challenge into becoming the best midfielder for him. 2nd place is going to be FC Barcha. Now this would be peak. This team is the weakest team in the NEL. I don't even want to talk about that battle of losers. Chigri is going to destroy them. But basically, how do I say this? Rail would own this team. This would be the only team where Rail would finally get to thrive as a true striker. He would gain so much dribbling skills because he already has like a good anchor for dribbling. So Lavino can help him like mature his dribbling similar to how he helped Batra mature his dribbling. And he would probably copy Genga. And he would copy so much else. He would probably try to copy Bachua's dribbling set and even Otoya's dribbling set. And there's so much more he could copy, like the Rise defense. And he already is strong, as he was able to copy Neo's defense in the U20 match. So he's plenty strong. So even without the Manshine training, he should be fine on his own. And there's only one problem though. This team is trash, and although Rail would be the star of this team because of how OP he would be with the copycat sugar daddy ability, the one problem is this is not a coach who teaches you how to play your best football. And that is in number one, Ubers. The perfect team for Mikage Rail. Everyone is perfectly organized. Yes, Rail would be the ultimate striker in FC Barcha, but it's no fun if you're losing all your games. I mean, he might have won one in the NEL, but still, like, Rail would have had to be everywhere, and Rail would get exhausted really quick. Now, in Ubers, they're going to win every game with Rail. Rail's going to be taught Go Hunter, probably, because Rail can copy literally anything. He could probably copy Go Hunter from Barrow as soon as he learns it. And Snuffy, knowing that Rail's a copycat, can infuse so much into him. And with all the data Snuffy has in that big head of his, he can give limitless ideas to Rail. And unlike Isagi, Rail doesn't need to adapt, he just needs to copy. Isagi is based off of adapting to his own self. That's why I put Ubers last for him, because Isagi likes to go off the script. Rail, as long as he has a script that he can copy and make his own, Rail will flourish. And I think Ubers would be the best place for him. Everything would be perfectly aligned for him, and yeah, it would just be like his life. Everything was handed down to him, and he just had to use his weapons to destroy everything. Let me know what you guys thought about this list for Rail. TG La Nazi, I'm gonna make Nagi soon, but there's other videos I do have to make, like a special new video that has not been introduced in the YouTube community yet, and even the Nagi and Rail versus Goten and Trunks comparison. Peace out. Have a good day, y'all.
Hey guys, it's Fofo Tsukiyomi, and today we're going to be talking about Zantetsu and the 5 clubs for the Neon, which one would be from worst to best for him. So starting out at 5th place should be obvious, it's Bastard Munchen. This team's philosophy is based off of rationality and logical plays, as the coach always brings logic into decisions, being Noah. And Zantetsu's pretty dumb, so this would not work out for him. And plus, Grimm's rating is a 83, and Isagi becomes the right winger of this team, so him even getting game time is a question unless he surpasses Grimm in the ratings and asserts himself to play with Kaiser's system instead of Isagi's system. If not, this would mean that Zantetsu would probably have to wait till the last game, but even in the last game, Hiyori is the one who plays left wing and Kurona plays right back, and there's literally no place for him to play on this team. And he won't even just get a lot of game times. He'll probably play in 2 games at best. 4th place is PXG. I really thought this guy was going to be a monster on PXG, but he learned nothing. I mean, Loki is a 17-year-old coach, so obviously he wasn't going to teach well, but damn, I thought he would have given him some tips. But Zantetsu has shown nothing worth of like insane improvement for me to say that PXG did him any good. The only reason I'm putting him here is because he would get guaranteed game time in 3 of the 4 games, unlike Bastard Munchen, where he would probably play 2 games at best. 3rd place is FC Barcha, and here is where he would probably get plays given to him by Bachua, as Bachua always feeds new ideas to people's brains. The question is if Lala's rating is low enough for Zantetsu to pass him early, but seeing how father he is, I'm pretty sure Zantetsu can pass him. But yeah, it would be an offensive magnitude trio of speed, dribbling, and technique, as Zantetsu is very fast and he could probably keep up with Bachua's dynamic rhythm as with good practice. The only problem is the rest of the team is really no defense, so take that as you will. Next we got Ubers, number 2. We have Ubers obviously here because Snuffy would know how to actually use Zantetsu's speed. Even though he wouldn't have had game footage from the U20 match since Zantetsu didn't play, it might be harder for him to utilize him, but if he runs practice trials with him, I'm pretty sure he will figure out a way to use him. And he will definitely be an anchor to this team. I could definitely see him being like a left mid player or a right mid player. He wouldn't be a winger, as Ubers is very defensive, and that's why he is not number 1 on this team. But at the same time, he would be used more effectively than in Barcha, and he would probably have more freedom as he wouldn't have to drain himself on defense, as Ubers is a defensive team and Barcha would make him be a defensive workhorse since he's a speedy type, and Barcha has no defense to the pressure of Bachua, Toya, and Zantetsu. Number 1 is obviously Manshine City. Bro, look at what they made to Chigri. They gave him a whole formula. Chris Prince knows how to make players into beasts, so this would obviously make him like an insane beast. He would probably get a new shooting weapon, get tips to use his speed, and a good workout schedule, because this boy is dumb and needs to be told what to do, and Chris tells you what to do. That's why Ubers and Manshine are the top 2, because they will tell you exactly what to do, and Zantetsu, as long as you tell him what to do, that man will cook. So let me know, am I getting this one right? Let me know in the comment section. Itoshi Sei is next, but before him, I have a special thing where from Pedri Pompey, who talked about like I should talk about the rejected players like Naohaya, Kira, Ryosuke, the rest of them. So I'm going to be doing that soon. Thank you all for listening. Peace out.